Yo, yo, yo. What is up? How's everybody doing? What is going on, chat? Sorry, slow start to the day. I apologize. Day 2 of Planescape Torment. Yeah, dude, I had a great day playing that game yesterday, and I'm excited to hop into it today too. Today too for day 2. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's about it. I hope everybody's day is going well, is starting well, whatever time it is for you, you know. Let's go ahead and do what we do. Hop into our video game news segment, and then we will go ahead and continue our playthrough from yesterday, yeah? The Planescape of Torments. Cool. Let's get over here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Sony poised to reveal perfect for PS5 gaming monitors. We'll see what that is. New Sony gaming headsets reportedly leaked. We'll see what that's about as well. How to identify toxic NFT gaming projects. We'll take a quick look at that. We'll see what they have to say about it, okay? Right now I feel like most of them are scammy and scummy. Scamazdas. We'll see what they have to say though. COD Warzone Season 4 release time explained. We'll see what's up with that. We read about this yesterday. Diablo Immortal's been delayed in China, and it has resulted in a bit of a profit plunge there for NetEase. So we'll keep tabs. We'll see. We'll see whenever they end up finally being able to release over there. Oh, this sucks, dude. Tony Hawk says plans for more Pro Skater remasters were canceled by Activision. Yo, it's rando mode time already. Let's go. Love starting the day off with some rando mode, you know? Oh, seriously, slothy, dude. That's the way I feel this morning. We'll go with comic book. Let's go with comic book. See if they can actually get some decent articles written. They got to work on their editing for sure. We talked about Alice Madness Returns. Hopefully, this is just a temporary thing because of one of their an issue with one of their other games. Yo, what's up, gamer? Yeah, baby. What's up, my dude? How are you, dude? That Java emo, yo, I got mine, dude. I'm even rocking that Java lava, baby. Ooh, I love it, dude. How are you? How are you, man? Oculus VR games are up to 40% off through June 26th. Look, again, I'm actually considering doing an entire segment about Facebook and Meta. An informative segment about Facebook and Meta. I'm considering it. It's something in the back of my mind right now. I talk about how I don't want to support that company a lot, and I don't think everybody is quite informed as to why I feel that way. Um, so I've considered doing that. What I will say is that they create a very, very good piece of VR hardware at a very, very nice price point. Doing okay. All right, dude. Better than not okay, I guess. What's up with you, buddy? Uh, and because of that, I will continue to, try to address certain pertinent things in the news, especially for people that already have an Oculus or whatever. Uh, Such as this VR games for the Oculus are up to 40% off through June 26th. So we'll take a look at that. I myself will not, as much as I want VR, I will not buy that company's VR. Yo, Mamzel, what's up, my friend? And so, because I talk about Facebook and Meta a lot and about how I can't stand that company, I'm considering doing an a bit of an extended special segment regarding my thoughts and some research behind what that company is. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It would happen in the future. Thousands of PC parts go up for auction. Oh, dude, check this out. Check this out, Mamzel. How you doing? How you doing? Um, do you guys remember all the issues that crept up around the PC builder artesian builds? Do you guys remember all that? They they would live stream their builds and they would give away builds, and they had this it was a few months ago. Was it at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year? I think it was the beginning of the year. They were you had to, in order to, doing good. I'm great. I'm moving slow this morning. Mamzel, get yourself a rando mode in there. Get yourself a rando mode in. You're looking for Tiny Face. Looking for Tiny Face, but it just came up right before you popped into chat, so I don't know if you saw it or not. Um, Yo, gamer, you too. I keep looking and seeing that you put the Java emote in there, but gamer, you try to get your random mode in there. You guys are looking for Tiny Face. Um, so what it was with this company was, you had to fulfill so many criteria, right, to be able to be in the running to win their PCs. Part of it was like, you had to have like a panel up promoting artesian builds. There were a few different criteria. Nice, Mamzel. There you go. Thanks for asking, Mamzel. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just moving slow this morning, man. Having one of those mornings. I felt like I was burning up all night last night. Just didn't sleep very well. Just felt hot, you know. Just felt hot. Um, so what happened was there was this streamer, and I can't remember the streamer's name right now. We might come across it in this article, and it was not at the time a big streamer or anything, a smaller streamer, and this streamer won a build. Well, after winning the build on stream, Artesian Build started pulling up all of these stats regarding the streamer that won, and started kind of blasting them live for saying that they were not a big enough stream. Basically, like saying that their community was not good enough. This streamer was not good enough to win this PC from them, and they got absolutely destroyed on social media. It was all over Twitch. Everybody that was kind of backing them as sponsors and stuff pulled out, and they were done. And all these other PC makers and stuff were like sending that streamer free PCs, offers and stuff like that. It was really wild. But here we go. All these PC parts that basically that builder had in storage are going up for auction apparently. So we'll take a look at that. Craziness, man. It absolutely just destroyed their business. Destroyed it. It's crazy. Never even came close to recovering. Yeah, we've already read about this. A big part of what they think this is, the shares for NetEase dipping, was the delay that has happened with them releasing Diablo Immortal over there. You know, mobile gaming in the East is a huge thing, right? So we talked about this yesterday. If you're interested, go look at yesterday's news segment on YouTube. Same thing. Emergent Games launches prologue game for Resurgence. We'll take a look real quick. Again, I mean, as much of a tech fan as I am, I'm a huge tech nerd. I mean, I've got a degree in IT as well. Like I build my own PCs. I love tech, and I love diving into specs and new tech that comes out and stuff. Um, Best Samsung gaming. These kinds of articles. I'm really hesitant to jump into these because I feel like to an extent these are going to be promotional type articles. And what I will say is if you're interested in doing a bit of research regarding any kind of interest in diving into some new tech purchases, go to this site. I'm going to link it in chat and do a little bit of reviewing and researching, right? As well as uh, rtings.com. Rtings. Um, you can do side by side comparisons of different products. You see all these monitors, they've got all kinds of reviews. Even if they don't have that specific model, you'll find something very, very close to it that you can do comparison. They got compare monitors, you can go with all kinds of stuff in here. We'll just go with whatever they had by default. You get side by side comparisons, all mixed usage, office, gaming, pull down the gaming. You'll get to see what the pros and cons are of each one. This is a really good site, and as well as slickdeals.net for finding deals on the potential products that you've kind of honed in on and that you're looking for, okay? Just my own personal sites that I use for myself. Again, we've talked a lot about the Amazon Prime Day coming up next month, the free games we're going to be getting for that. We are like 3 weeks away still. I'll make sure everybody's aware when we get to that date to go grab those games, okay? Don't forget, while we're on the topic of free games, you've got like 2 days left right now to go and grab Superland that we've already started playing. And is a lot of fun. It's been promoted in our community for quite a while by our buddy Pinky, and it's a blast. It's a blast. We've already started it. It's a lot of fun. It's free, man. If if you've got a PC, you got an Epic Games account, then go grab Superland. And then in 2 days, we get to go grab Game of Thrones, the board game digital edition, and Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Okay, don't forget to grab your free games. How can you beat free games, man? I don't know. And we've talked about the incredible new tech, the amount of hertz they're getting out of new monitor technology. My thoughts on that. I need to do a little bit more research on that front. Regarding, like, obviously, the more FPS you get, man, I think I'm getting stun locked by an eyelash, guys. Ah, come on, man. The more frames you get, right, the smoother it is, the more responsive everything is that you're doing. But there comes a limit for the amount of frames that the human eye can actually recognize, right? And my big wonder is, like, where is the threshold where the amount of hertz and FPS that a monitor and a device can push out isn't really useful anymore. You know what I mean? Above that threshold, it's not really doing anything for us as humans anymore, because we're limited just by our natural you know, perception, the way we human sight. You know, we can only perceive things so fast. You know, I need to do some research on that. I've looked into it very, very briefly before, and I think it's like somewhere between 150 to 200 frames per second, something like that. So, I mean, obviously, anything above that, if I'm recalling that correctly, anything above that, I mean, it's still going to be, you know, the more frames per second, the more smooth, the more responsive and everything. But does that even really matter whenever you're not able to see it? You know what I mean? I don't know. I need to look into it some more. All right, let's pivot real quick. Let's go into our other search. We've already talked about this. Yo, elevating the way video game companies work with music. We talk about this a lot. Sorry. I'm a huge fan of OSTs. I love video game music. Um, I mean, it can be like really well done 8-bit music. It can be actually like orchestrated, uh, very high level composed OSTs. I like a very broad, as long as it's well done, very catchy tunes, you know? I can dig it, man. I like a wide range of music, anyways. Um, but music is a very key component to what a video game brings to the player, you know? We see it quite often, you know? We love rhythm based games, and you see where, you know, tempo plays a big role in that, or you know the way the music within a game can really affect the mood depending on what's kind of happening story wise in the game. Music is a great thing for what video games bring to immersion for us as video game lovers, right? And um, it's only becoming more and more apparent to the arts as well that this is a huge thing within entertainment. Not just as music in its own right as a form of entertainment, but within other forms of media, and video games specifically being one. We read recently where San Francisco State University is actually teaching classes now on video game composition, right? And I feel like that's only going to continue to trend that way with other universities doing the same thing. And it's for one, video game industry is very lucrative. There's as long as a studio knows what they're doing, you know, and not just music, but all forms of art come together in a very nice way to, and it's being appreciated more nowadays. quick look at this. Well, we're going to skim this real quick. 5 video games in which the architecture creates a lifelike and immersive experience. Let's take a look at that real quick. We saw this yesterday. This was pretty cool. Somebody took, it won't be, the article's in the news segment, but we didn't watch the video because the video is potential DMCA stuff. We watched the video in between the news segment and the startup of our gameplay yesterday, but it's pretty cool. Somebody took like the trailer for the new Buzz Lightyear movie and turned it into what it would look like if it was a trailer for like a PS1 game, and it was really, really cool. Oh, really, Mamselle? Oh, that's cool, man. Was it a good class or a good project? Oh, nice. Yeah, that was again, I was whenever I've got a degree in IT, but I had to take some classes kind of outside the realm of my obviously computer science degree, and I've talked about it a lot. I did a huge, massive 300 level psychology class. I had to do a massive paper. I actually had to get permission from my professor, and my professor was awesome. It was one of my favorite professors that I had, and I had to get permission from my professor to go over the limit of pages that was set for us. And I was explaining to him what the paper was, and he actually got excited to read it. And it was all about, yeah, yeah, same for your communication major, yeah, yeah, and you know, it was just one of those things that like I had to go over the limit for pages in order to get all the information within. About it was about cognitive functioning and how it can increase. Video games can increase cognitive functioning in humans, and he was like, I've literally never had anybody in a psychology class research this and write about it, and he ended up really, really enjoying the paper, and it was actually a really cool thing for me to research as well, and it was nice being able to um take something like psychology that wasn't necessarily part of what my major was. Sorry, sorry, but I was having to talk to my wife real quick. Um, Now I lost where I was, but it was just refreshing being able to kind of stick to a topic that was really interesting to me within a you know my education, a class for my education that was outside of my major, which I always really liked psychology classes actually. Most of the time psychology classes were really interesting to me anyways, even though they had nothing to do with my major really. Most of the time. Most of the time. Video game industry legend Hideo Kojima joins SS. Okay, let's see what this is about. Let's see what this is about. Triple R hype train. We'll see what that's about. Oh, that's really neat. That's really neat. Wow. Cool. Oh, that's cool. Right on. Nice. Very neat. Very neat. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a fan of school. I'm not bad at school. I'm decent at school. And I like even whenever I was going to uh university, like higher level education, I was going to like school full time in the summers. I just wanted to get it over with. It was not something that I was a fan of, um I just wanted to be done with it. It's like I did pretty good. I was like just under a 4.0 in college and everything, and But and there was some cool classes about it and stuff like that. But there was a lot of it that was just like, I'm so ready to be done with this. Syke, what's up, buddy? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. There's a ton of it. Yeah, yep. Um, as a matter of fact, bringing that up, like symphonic music and stuff like that. Um, if you guys remember, there's this cool little this pocket analog device. Actually, this is like it's not an emulator, right? This thing is actually a device that plays retro cartridge games, right? Like Game Boy Color, Advanced, Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket, Atari Lynx, all that stuff. But it's also a digital audio workstation, right? And it's got a digital audio workstation built in called Nano Loop. It's a synthesizer and a sequencer, so you can actually like create like music on here as well as it just being I don't know, this just us talking about video game music and stuff um brought this into my mind. But uh, aside from the fact that this is actually a really cool little device to play like retro like handheld cartridge games, this is actually a device that you could potentially use to like create some like types of music and stuff too. It's pretty gnarly, pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, it's really neat. Have you not seen this, Mamzelle? This is a really cool little. I'll throw this in chat real quick. This came out towards the end of last year, and this is a really cool little device. It's actually got a dock like the Switch does. It plays old school Game Boy games like they used to look. It also plays like all the like. See, it also plays games in full color, and like it's got like a high def screen on it and everything. It's got a dock just like the Switch does, so you can use wireless like controllers on it and stuff. Um, it's a really cool device. It's a really cool device. I would say if you're interested, if you like vintage games, like vintage handheld games, you want to just maintain some semblance of vintageness, while the device itself, the hardware is not vintage. Still being able to play those vintage cartridges and stuff. This might be the thing for you. It's only like $200 actually. 220, something like that. 220. I mean, honestly, for me, what in comparison to a lot of other things I've seen, and look, this thing has, as opposed to a lot of the other like older traditional, it's got back bumper buttons. It's USB C. It's a pretty cool, slick little device. For what it offers, I feel like 220 is a pretty solid price, man. That's not bad. And again, you're gonna have to like start making a collection of retro cartridges and stuff like that if you don't have any. But it's a pretty neat little device, if you ask me. I would like to grab one very soon. Um, they're still doing pre-orders because they I think a lot of people are wanting these. So with the trouble getting chips and everything, still, yeah, 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 yeah. You're right. Yeah, yeah. But it's there in chat. Let me catch up here real quick. Um, oh, that's cool, Syek. Right on. Germany has a ton of symphonic music. Right on. Cool, cool. Well, I mean, in comparison to some of the other things we had seen here lately, as far as like, do you guys remember that little like wind up handheld thing that we saw? There's no backlight on the device or anything, and it was like almost $300 or something like that. And I was like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna pay that for that. Whenever I could pay 220 for the analog pocket or whatever. I mean, to each their own. But for me personally, the analog pocket looks like a really cool device, and I love vintage cartridges and stuff like that. So I'm a big vintage type video game nerd. So oh, that Java Lava baby, it's so good, Sonic Team says it doesn't want to bring movie elements in the games. Okay, we'll take a quick glance at that. We've hit on this enough, dude. I'm not diving into this right now. We've talked about this a lot. Not true. Not true. Oh, that's cool, Cy. Wow, man, the more you know. I had no idea, dude. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, the more you know, man. Yo, I had another one of those burgers last night. Woo, it was good. Only a single this time, but it was still massive. So my wife made like extra patties already, like lay. She like cooked them up already. What was in the burger? Oh, psych! Did you not see it, dude? Hold on. Oh, dude, come here. There it is. So that's the burger, dude, that I got for Father's Day. My wife made me this, man. My wife made me this for Father's Day. It's 2 beef patties, Swiss cheese, bacon, salami. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's cool. I showed it yesterday, but I couldn't remember if you saw it or anything. It's got jalapenos, pickled red onions. It's got a white onion cream, and it has a tomato relish on it as well. And she made all of it by hand, like the onion cream, the tomato relish, the pickled onions, all of it was made by hand. Well, besides like the bun, you know what I mean? And she made extra of the patties with the bacon and the salami and everything already on top and cooked up, and just put them in the fridge for me, man. So last night I worked out, then we all went and hung out at the pool for a little bit, and I came back, dude, and I just like threw one on a griddle for a little bit, man, and warmed it back up. Threw it on a bun, dude, and just slammed another burger. I've got one left. Got one left. But yeah, it's flipping delicious, dude. Delicious. Yeah, my family did me right, dude, for Father's Day. They always treat me. They spoil me, man. I'm lucky. But yeah, that's what I ate last night as well as on Father's Day. Father's Day though, that burger I showed you was a double. So last night I just ate a single. Okay, okay. That's what Wick was saying, dude. Wick, the night it was on Father's Day, I posted pictures of it. I posted pictures of it in the food Discord, and right away Wick was like, "Dude, I want that burger. Can I be a father?" The burger was legit. Put me in a coma. And you can be a father. Just remember, it's easy to become a father. The trick is to actually figure out how to do it well. That's how you get the burgers, my dude. And he put, just tell your wife I did it well and deserve a burger. And I showed my wife these messages that we had been saying. She started laughing. She said, just tell him that I'll make burgers if he ever visits. So I'm sure that just goes for everybody. If we ever have visitors, then burgers will be made. Okay, that goes for everybody. I got the platinum trophy for Watch Dogs. Playing Mafia now. Yo, congrats, dude. Bought 3 games for $6 on PlayStation. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the sentiments I tried to put out on Twitter. Easy to become a father, yeah, or to become, yeah. But it's, I mean, I'll show you what I put on Twitter. I showed yesterday too, but I mean, that's kind of the sentiment that I was trying to push out there, and I've been lucky enough to have some good father figures in my life with my dad and my father-in-law, and you know, I've got a grandfather left that is a really good dude as well, and not everybody's fortunate enough to have that in their lives, and I've been very, very lucky to have some good influences in my life and good parents. I've had some parents. I was a pretty rough kid to deal with for an amount of time in my younger years. I was a bit of a mess. Bit of a mess. Oh, okay, gamer, cool. Zero interest in any handheld gaming device. I'll say this, dude. The Switch is an amazing, amazing device. It's a really good console. I understand not having interest in it, but personal opinion, the Switch is fantastic. Not trying to get you any further deeper into that gaming rabbit hole, dude, but the Switch is fantastic. But again, yeah, I mean, I don't even remember exactly what I put on Twitter for Father's Day, but it was something along the lines of what I put on Discord as well. Becoming a father isn't hard. The trick is figuring out and working to be a good one. Yeah, that's really what it is, right? And there's no doubt. I mean, anybody that's been that is a parent, right, or you know, a guardian of children or what have you. I don't think there's any doubt that you'll end up looking back and going, you know, there are things that I could have done better. Yeah, but the whole gist of it is trying to constantly do as good as you can for your kids and raise them to whatever, you know, the best of your ability. And I think that's what it's about. I think there are always going to be those things where you look back and go, I might have been able to do that better. Maybe I should have done that different, you know, but we're always just living in the moment, man. And to all those parents, to all the parents out there that just work very hard to do their very best to raise their kids, you know, it's you know, all the props from me because not all kids out there have that. So I don't know. Well, that's the thing I was trying to get across was that, you know, they're not all kids out there have parents, you know, and especially for me, it's very important that I express the fact that I'm appreciative to my parents for always being there for me because, dude, I was not an easy kid. I was not an easy kid for a good amount of time. I was not, and they stuck by me, man, and they saw me through it. They saw me through it. I turned out okay, I think. But I was a mess for quite a while. Yeah. We read about this yesterday. But honestly, I mean, I think it was those times that I went through where I was just kind of out of my mind a little bit. Helped me learn a lot of really good lessons about life and really turned me into the person I am today, you know. So without those experiences, I don't think I would be who I am today. And luckily, I did have a really good support system behind me and my parents and other family members and stuff to help see me through it. Not everybody has that, man. So very fortunate, very lucky. Yeah, we read about that yesterday. This actually looks pretty cool, like a pretty cool little like arcade style little league baseball game. Here's some more Chinese gaming regulation stuff. Bilibili launches paywall. Let's take a look at this. I think, you know, it's important that we stay kind of up to date on what China's doing to a lot of its game devs and stuff. I'm surprised nobody told me to shut up about being wholesome right there. I can understand that. You're not the only person I've heard say that, gamer. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Actually, one of my like my best friend in the world, dude. Uh, since high school, is that way. Just prefers to be single, man. Um, and I get it. I understand it. I do. Hmm. Yep. There we go. Music again, man. The world appreciating video games for the pieces of art that they are, man. Love it. Read about all this stuff. Yep, 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 yep. All right, last page. Let's see what we got. That's about yeah, a lot of this is old stuff. Words with Friends co-creator is back with Wild Card. Let's see what this is. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this in regards to just what I've experienced in my own life as far as relationships go, and um, all right, gamer, take it easy, buddy. I had very toxic relationships up until I met my wife, and we have been married a significant amount of time now, and I definitely married up, and um, I had never been in a relationship with anybody like my wife in my life, and um, I didn't understand, until I got into the relationship with my wife, what it was like that it was even possible to have a relationship, this type of relationship, with somebody, and um, I just feel like I was very fortunate to have her become part of my life, and I don't, again, I've been very lucky in so many different aspects of my life, and um, I think relationships are very hard, even with how well my wife and I get along and how alike we are in so many different ways. We're different in a lot of ways too, and relationships just naturally you're not always going to see eye to eye, and it takes a lot of work, and um, I can honestly say that the other relationships I was in before my wife, they would not have lasted. No way. And um, it's just I'm just again just very fortunate to have somebody in my life like my wife, and no, I just don't think that everybody finds that person, and but they're out there. If you want to find them, they're out there. But it's a struggle quite often, and relationships are a struggle. Even finding amazing people to share your life with, it's a struggle, right? It can be, and I think a big problem for a lot of people is just really wanting to dive in, and especially if you've dealt with other issues in other relationships, wanting to dive in and go through the potential of the things that you've dealt with before. I get it. I understand it. And I'm just very, very fortunate to have found somebody as amazing as my wife is. She's not even here. This is not even brownie points. They left, dude. So, and she's not going to watch this. So, that's just truly the way I feel. And I understand it. I really do. If I can recall correctly, I mean, I know we're getting off a news segment, but a little bit. This is the last I'll say about this topic that we've kind of gotten off on a tangent here. I mean, if I recall, in a roundabout way, kind of what my best friend said to me at one point, because again, he's that kind of person. He just doesn't really care. He doesn't have his own kids. He has a nephew that he is always with. Kind of, you know, they're very close, and they they're always like playing games together and just have a good time. And we were having a conversation at one point, and I was like, would you ever, do you want to have your own kids? Do you want to get married ever? And he was like, I don't. He's like, I wasn't sure in the past, and now no. He's like, no. He's like, I don't want other people to have to deal with my crap. I don't want to have to deal with other people's crap. And at this point, I get to experience, kind of helping raise my nephew because we're just so close and everything. And I get fulfillment out of that where, without, necessarily having to have my own kids and everything. And so I get where people are coming from on that front. I totally understand it. It was something along those lines, anyways. Gamer, I hope you have a great day at work, buddy. You stay safe, and we'll see you very soon. Yep, we've seen a lot of this stuff already. Yep. Mm-hmm. Escape from Tarkov teases wipe date with deadly Abdelboss cocktail injector. Okay, we'll see what that's about. Looks like there's a big wipe coming for Escape from Tarkov. What? Here's a Silent Hill remake on Unreal Engine 5. Let's go. We've talked a lot about that. And we've hit on all of these. Cuphead developer reveals how the character was added to Smash Bros. Ultimate. All right, last one. All right, we got a good amount of articles here. Let's hop in these. Let's go get that Java. Sorry, I know I got off on a rant there. Not my fault. I blame you guys. I blame you guys. Um, China's Bilibili, is it Bilibili? Launches paywall as it seeks new revenue source. Chinese video platform Bilibili has launched a paywall for some of its videos as the company, bruised by Beijing's sweeping crackdown on the tech industry, looks to diversify its revenue sources. The Shanghai-based company, sometimes referred to as China's answer to YouTube, has started to feature premium videos on its platform. For example, users seeking to watch a series of videos named The World's Top 10 Unsolved Mysteries now need to pay about $4.50 US to do so, or 30 yuan. Yuan? The move reflects a sense of urgency felt by Bilibili, known for featuring free to watch videos, to diversify its revenue sources as its existing growth engines, including live streaming and video games, have been heavily hit by Chinese regulators' harsh crackdown last year to rein in the influence of large internet firms. The company's total market capitalization has shrunk from its peak of about 54 billion last February to just over 10 billion this month. Whoa! Bilibili did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Tuesday. So far, the world's top 10 unsolved mystery series has been viewed more than 10,000 times. An earlier video titled 3 Basic Skills One Must Master Before Becoming a Programmer, published on June 9th, has also been put behind a paywall. The company reported its first quarter result earlier this month, where it recorded a deeper net loss of 360 million US, while its revenue grew 30% year on year to 700, almost 800 million, slid by 13% compared with fourth quarter last year. The company's video gaming business has taken a hit as Chinese regulators have restricted the number of licenses available to the market. The company said that it expects to publish only one game in China and one game outside of China this quarter. The company's live streaming business has also been impacted by new rules. Beijing has begun to restrict children and teenagers from tipping live streaming hosts. Man, China is cracking down, man. Cracking down. Words with Friends co-creator is back with Wildcard and $46 million. Meet the up-and-coming Web3 video game captivating venture capitalists. Web3. You know what that means? You should by this point. When Words with Friends co-founder Paul Bettner called up an industry expert to ask some questions about a new video game he was developing, the conversation quickly turned to how much funding he needed. I'm like, wait. We're not actually pitching. I don't even have a deck. I don't think we can start that conversation, Bettner recalled. And he's like, dude, I don't care about the deck. I just played the game. The expert, whom Bettner had never met, was Dave White, a research partner at the multi-billion dollar Paradigm investment firm. 72 hours after White played a test game, Bettner found himself holding a deal term sheet. Paul and his team have a proven track record building fun games at the frontier of what's possible, White said in a statement. They're using Web3 tech in truly innovative ways to bring openness and accessibility to proven esports mechanisms. With an initial investment of $46 million in hand, Bettner and his wife Katie are co-founding Wildcard Alliance Incorporated, a new subsidiary within McKinney-based Playful Studios. Early investors include crypto disruption chaser Paradigm, venture capitalist Sabrina Hahn, and Griffin Gaming Partners. After co-founding New Toy with his brother and co-creating the Words with Friends and mobile app, Bettner sold New Toy to San Francisco game developer Zynga for $180 million in 2010. Then he founded Playful Studios, the developer that created Lucky's Tale virtual reality game and Creativerse sandbox adventure. We're actually talking about playing Creativerse here shortly on some like weekend community content stuff. Now he's branching off to create Wildcard Alliance with his wife Katie and develop a game much different from his past projects. What is Wildcard? A next-gen spectator sport. Part card game, part strategy, and part battle arena, Wildcard wants to be just as fun to watch as it is to play, and the market is ripe with eager video game spectators. This is a Web3 game. So, are these cards going to cost? In the last decade, game lovers have developed quite an appetite for watching other people play their favorite games. Minecraft videos alone recently surpassed 1 trillion views on YouTube and Twitch. A popular video game live streaming platform boasts 140 million monthly active users. Wildcard Alliance team wants to tap into that audience and make it part of the game itself. In some cases, more people were watching people play our games than were actually playing our games, Bettner said. That was the inspiration for us to begin working on a game that we are hoping can be a next-gen spectator sport. Bettner wants Wildcard spectators to experience the same swells of emotion they might feel tuning into their favorite sports event. One day you're going to be watching your grandkid in the Wildcard Championship on TV. It's going to be just as exciting as when you go to one of their soccer games on the weekend. The gameplay itself will be a Frankenstein of different genres, pulling inspiration from mobile games like Clash Royale, arena-based games like Rocket League, and trading card games like Pokemon. It's kind of difficult to have a game where you can manage that strategy of the cards in your hand while you're running around and punching things at the same time. Bettner said, if we pull that off, it'll be the kind of game that is super fun to watch. Here we go. Finding the fun in the crypto formula. The game will be designed with Web3, an emerging internet technology built with decentralized tokens. More specifically, Wildcard will be built on Polygon, an Ethereum scaling platform. Polygon's focus on sustainability factored into Wildcard's choice. Wildcard Alliance wants game cards to be collectible and players in different roles to be able to put money into the game and take value out into the real world. Excuse me. Bettner thinks Polygon is the technology to make it happen. Popular video game content creators, the platform could mean a big payday. There's some Twitch ad revenue or YouTube ad revenue, but it's fractions of a cent. It's just not a great business model for this talent and these athletes, Bettner said. Just a second, Nightmaker. How are you, buddy? Give me a second. Let me finish this article and I'll talk to you about it. I think Web3 is a tool that's going to allow us to empower those communities to grow a value. Web3 technology will also be leveraged to create a cross-platform game that doesn't require participants to download before taking part in the fun. That means people will be able to interact from their phones, computers, game consoles, YouTube videos, and more. Wildcard already has test games where users can interact from a Twitch streaming window. Quote, Wildcard is designed to be enjoyed as entertainment in a variety of different venues, not just as a competitor, as a fan, as a sponsor, as a team owner, as a streamer. And because of that, there will be so many ways to tune into the entertainment experience that is Wildcard. Bettner and his team are excited about Web3 technology. Wildcard isn't interested in developing a finance protocol with a game wrapper around it, he said. Instead, he's focused on making a fun game, not launching another Ethereum coin. It's about a better, more fun video game, not a way to use the technology. Bettner is the first to admit that he used to be a crypto skeptic, but then his team ran into a problem. They wanted to build a game world infrastructure with lots of different roles that could all interact and transact with each other. Advised by a friend to look into Ethereum, he didn't realize he didn't have to reinvent the blockchain. Who's on the team? When can you play? The Bettners have been working on the game on and off for 5 years. Paul Bettner expects to take a few more years before the game launches in its final and complete version. True to its decentralized and collaborative form, people will have the chance to interact with portions of the Wildcard Entertainment platform as soon as today. If you're interested, I'm going to throw this in chat. I'm just so sketchy about anything that has to do with blockchain, Web3, crypto, you name it right now. Everything seems so scummy about it. I'm just sketched out. Nightmaker. Ever played Shadowrun Dragonfall? Yeah. So the Shadowrun games, there are a slew of Shadowrun games, buddy. Check it out. So Shadowrun is a series, man. I think I have them on Epic. Shadowrun is a series of kind of, if I recall, they're more CRPG, strategy, story-rich type games. Okay. Let me see. I've got a lot of them in here. I think there's about 4 or 5 at this point. Shadowrun, yeah. Shadowrun Hong Kong, Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragonfall, Director's Cut. Yeah. There you go. I thought there might be 1 or 2 more, but I can't remember exactly. Anyways, yeah. So, I have not played them. They're for the most part very highly rated. Let's take a look here on Steam. Okay, it does only look like there's at least on Steam. There's only 3. But they have some DLC that can go with them as well. Yeah, very positive for Shadowrun Returns. Yeah. I mean, it's very CRPG, story rich kind of. Oh, come on, man. We'll look at the one you're talking about specifically, Dragonfall. Turn based, top down kind of. Yeah. So I love these types of games. Again, if you've ever played anything like right here, like Pillars of Eternity, Divinity, games like that. Like we're actually playing a game right now, Planescape Torment. It's going to be similar to that, but I think Shadowrun is like we're playing Planescape Torment right now, which is not quite as like combat based as I think something like Shadowrun's going to be. But yeah, I love these types of games. I have not ever worked my way into playing Shadowrun. I would love to. I just have so many other CRPG type games that I'm looking to play. Planescape Torment, we're in the middle of right now. My next one's going to be Disco Elysium. I've already bought it. I'm ready to roll with it. And that'll probably be the next one we play. But I also have Wasteland, so these are very well-known games. And if you're looking to play and you enjoy these kinds of CRPG, top-down, story-rich, strategy kind of style games, turn-based stuff, you'll probably have a pretty good time in it. That's what I would say. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm very familiar with these games, just in concept and what they are, not uh, from experience myself. But I love these types of games. I've played both the Pillars games. You know, the this is one of my genres. This is kind of one of my jams, man. But if you're looking for anything specific, you might throw some messages in Discord. We have quite a few CRPG, you know, very experienced CRPG players in our community, and if you need any kind of further help or or you're looking for more info, I'm sure there's somebody that's played these games in the community, buddy. Yep. But you'll probably have a pretty good time with them. Are you looking to play all of them? Escape from Tarkov teases white date with deadly Obdobos injector change. A hint from Battlestate Games suggests Escape from Tarkov will wipe next week. A date for the next Escape from Tarkov wipe appears to have been teased by developer Battlestate Games, with a new type of Autoboss cocktail injector appearing in raids. Oh yeah, yeah, dude, the old school Fallout stuff. Yeah, yeah. It'll be similar to that. Yeah, it should be similar to that. I think. Again, I haven't played Shadowrun. I remember the old school Fallout games, and I think you'll have a similar kind of experience in there. Mhm. It's not going to be exactly the same or anything, but it'll be similar for you, I think. Um, I mean, if it's dropping on Game Pass, right? Uh, Wait, are you grabbing it on? Is that what you said? Are you getting it on Game Pass, or are you actually thinking about buying it? Let me know what the difference is there. Which one of those? Um, Today, June 21st, Battlestate Games posted. Yep, Game Pass. Is that was I? Am I right there? Battlestate Games posted an image on Twitter that what I would say is if you're getting to play it for free, then obviously just I would say give it a shot. You'll probably enjoy it. It sounds like if you're thinking about buying it and you're not sure. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. I would just give it a shot then. It sounds like something up your alley, buddy. Yeah, yeah. If it's on Game Pass and you already have a subscription, yeah, I would say just give it a shot. What you might want to do though is, um, I mean, I don't know, you do you, but you might want to like potentially play them in order. You know what I mean? Look into which one, what order they go in, and I don't know if you want to go at it that way potentially. That'd be my only advice, but it sounds like something you'll probably dig. Battlestate Games posted an image today on Twitter that features a letter in Russian alongside an Obdobos cocktail injector. As translated by Twitter user Bakizi, the letter reads, "Friend, I sent you big supply of a modded substance, the one we were experimenting with. 1/3 of it will go for your affairs. The rest needs to be distributed among locals. You can grab it from our female friend. Counting on you, Sanitar." The letter refers to a change to the Obdobos cocktail injector, as the new version of the item is now available in Escape from Tarkov. The updated drug now provides much stronger boost to every character's statistic, but brings a 5% chance of instant death and 30 minutes of unknown toxin effects. Wow. The updated chance of death also appears to hint at when the next Escape from Tarkov wipe will occur. Obdobos's chance of death does 3,006 damage to players, which can be seen as a hint that the wipe will occur on June 30th. Okay, which is next Thursday. Yeah. Battlestate Games often teases the date of a wipe before it goes live, and as the studio has already confirmed, the next patch will bring a wipe. It appears that Escape from Tarkov will wipe on June 30th. Also worth noting that this isn't the first time the Autoboss cocktail injector has been changed ahead of a wipe. A week prior to Escape from Tarkov's wipe in June 2021, the drug was changed to include the random chance of death it has now. Right on. That's fun. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Here's the Silent Hill remake on Unreal Engine 5. You're welcome. Oh man. Silent Hill is long overdue a remake, and now the game's been ported to the Unreal Engine 5. Have a look. Let's go, man. Prettier and scarier than ever. Very nice. Rumors of a Silent Hill remake have been around for ages, and within the past month, man, we've really gotten some substantial stuff. And at this point, it feels like it's just a matter of time. But the matter of time seems to be taking ages, and ain't nobody got time for that. Now, a dedicated fans. Okay, that's written poorly. Now it says now a dedicated fans took matter into his own hands. Dude, the old Silent Hill games were gnarly. Yeah. Now a dedicated fan took matters into his own hands and brought Silent Hill to Unreal Engine 5. The nightmare has turned into a beautiful dream. I mean, dang. Also, I gotta say, I'm loving Unreal Engine 5. We got Ocarina of Time on UE5. Then we got a look at what a new Dark Souls would look like. Now this, yeah, dude, we've seen some incredibly amazing stuff. What people are doing on Unreal Engine 5, it is pretty nuts. Still, I am yet undecided if all this is a beautiful dream or a blue balls nightmare, because we might never actually get Silent Hill on Unreal Engine 5. Except that this one is different. This is not an individual lone modder. This Silent Hill remake has a whole studio behind it. Cola Studio are helming Silent Hill Unreal Engine 5 remake and are not planning on stopping short of the finishing line. The remake has been in development for a while, and the first footage was actually revealed back in January. Ever since, the game has steadily improved, and honestly, with this remake looking how it does, we might have no need for an official remake or remaster from Konami. All right. In between the news segment and starting up gameplay, we're going to watch this, okay? So we'll come back to this. We're going to watch this. I don't want to watch it right now for potential copyright strike stuff when I upload to YouTube. So we're going to watch this in between the news segment and getting into our gameplay, all right? Cuphead developer reveals how the character was added to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Smash Bros. Ultimate features some of the most enduring icons from the gaming industry, but the Switch title also includes a number of more recent characters. In 2020, Nintendo surprised fans when it added eponymous star of Cuphead to Smash Bros. Ultimate. The character does not appear as a full fighter, but is available as a deluxe Mii fighter costume accompanied by a music track. In a new interview with Nintendo Everything, Studio MDHR's Maja Moldenhauer revealed new information on how the collaboration came to be and how honored the Cuphead developers were to get the request from Nintendo. The short story is they invited us. There really isn't a long story, but yeah, they had reached out to invite us into that partnership and collaboration. There was a milestone in our careers. We have aspired and looked up to Nintendo our entire lives. So when that happened, it was a moment where we stopped in our tracks. Moldenhauer told Nintendo everything. I remember the day we were in like the kitchen cooking dinner and feverishly being like, who has to go to what exercise? When that email came in, I was just like, oh my god, this is incredible. It was definitely just like a wow moment for us. While Studio MDHR may have been surprised to get the invitation, the developer had been publicly lobbying for Cuphead's involvement in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In a 2019 interview with Game Informer, co-creator Jared Moldenhauer told the outlet that he dreamed of seeing Cuphead and Mugman appear in the Smash Bros. Series. Cuphead was announced less than a year later, so Moldenhauer's comments likely caught Nintendo's attention. Unfortunately, Nintendo does not plan on adding any additional fighters to Smash Bros. Ultimate, so fans will have to wait for another game to see which video game characters will be next to join the fight. Until then, readers can check out all of the previous coverage of Smash Bros. Ultimate right here. I don't think they'll come out with another Smash Bros. Game even until a new console comes down, in my opinion. I haven't heard anything, anyways. Sonic Team says it doesn't want to bring movie elements into the games. Instead, I really wanted to expand on the game to make it appealing to everyone. Says Studio Head. With rare exceptions such as the character Tails, the Sonic movies feature a new cast of actors and altered designs to the video games, and also give Sonic and Knuckles new origin stories. Speaking to VGC in a recent Sonic Frontiers interview, studio head Takashi Izuka said he would rather keep Game Sonic as the core of the video games and attempt to expand on the series in order to appeal to a broader audience. Because the movie Sonic came from where the game started, trying to take the movie qualities and stick it back into the game doesn't really work well, he said. What I want to do is stay faithful to our game Sonic and really expand on the game Sonic to incorporate new ideas that are going to get people excited about new games. In our mobile games, we do have movie Sonic appearing as a guest character. And that kind of collaboration feels really good because there are people who saw the movie and only understand the character through that. But the game Sonic is really the core essence of the character, so instead of trying to take the movie and put it inside of the game, I really wanted to expand on the game to make it appealing to everyone. He added, I think having movie Sonic as a guest character is viable and certainly something that we're going to do, but keeping the essence and core of Sonic in the games and then expanding out is probably what I'd prefer to do, rather than try to shoehorn in the movie. The original Sonic the Hedgehog was a surprise success, with it becoming the top grossing video game adaptation of all time in the US earlier this year. Of all time in the US. Earlier this year, the original movie's record was topped by its sequel, and Paramount Pictures and Sega have confirmed that a third Sonic film and live action TV series have entered production. Have you watched both, or are you just talking about one of them, Nightmaker? Commenting on the movie's success, Izuka said it presented a welcome challenge for the Sonic team because it now has a broader audience to satisfy with its game releases. The first was okay. It was okay. I didn't hate it or anything. And, I have kids and they enjoyed it. So it was entertaining for us to watch together. What I have heard, though, is that the second one blows the first one out of the water. So we haven't watched it yet. We'll probably watch it at some time fairly soon and in the near future. And I'll let everybody know what I think. But apparently the second one blows the first one out of the water. That's kind of what the consensus is around the entertainment industry anyways. Because of the success of the movies, we're finding that we're reaching into this wider audience of people who maybe never played the game before or don't play them that much. It's this wider group of fans who we need to start now making content for. Honestly, it makes us all very happy because we have more people now that we can bring content to. It is a challenge. It is a challenge, though, because we have maybe new gamers or people who haven't played previous Sonic games. So we don't think we can go out there on single game. I found so many missed things in these articles every morning. It's insane. So we don't think we can go out there with, I think it's supposed to be one single game that will make the entire audience excited. Misspells, badly written sentences and stuff. It's incredible every single day. I need to just become an editor for these gaming news sites. Elevating the way video game companies work with music. Ben Summers shares 7 key things that can be done with it to improve the way music is integrated in games. Back to the Sonic thing for a second. I mean, we've seen extended gameplay of Sonic Frontiers at this point, and they're not too far away. What was it? October? Is it an October release? Or is it sooner than that? I can't remember exactly at this point. But there's a lot of uproar on social media regarding Sonic Frontiers. A lot of people did not like what they saw. So we'll see what happens. Branding through music is key to any project. and is always one of the biggest cultural positioning tools for any producer or marketer, gaming or otherwise. Look at FIFA and GTA and how they have made music core elements of their products and marketing. Think about the music from Halo or Rocket League. It doesn't necessarily represent what consumers might listen to for purely musical purposes, but instantly the cultural space that these brands sit in. Music becomes a key part of any game's identity, shaping the environment and often driving high levels of long-term recognition. I'm constantly reminded of how much of an afterthought music can be when the proverbial phone rings with a new client needing a track for an asset they've been planning for 12 months. That goes live in weeks and they don't have music locked in. Music is a lot of things, but I believe that it is something that is currently underutilized and a tool that can be better harnessed in games, more so now than ever. The music industry is ever more open to the use of music, and artists are largely very keen to work in the sector. Um, Dune. You mean I mean, you're talking specifically, music right now, but I mean, I think it depends, man. I think it depends. Traditionally, yeah, I have the same view you do, Knight. But I think there are exceptions. I think there are exceptions. Um, like for instance, I think the new Dune movie, they killed it. I think, and there are a lot of people that love the original show of It, Pennywise, It, right? Stephen King's It. They love the original show. I think the new movies were better. I think there are exceptions, and I think where that's starting to come into play for movies and specifically are that there's being more of a dedication to directors actually creating movies along with what the text expresses, right? So, quite often, what we've seen in the history of movies, right, was people would be thrown off with what the movie industry had created with their iteration of, because quite often, most often than not, movies are first books, right? It's a book that has been turned into a film or a TV show, and quite often people have read the book beforehand, and they go, "Man, there was so much that was left out," or "That's not the way it went, and it shouldn't have been changed." And I think nowadays a lot of directors and producers are starting to realize that people don't want that stuff changed, and we're starting to see more of a pull towards uh, doing things traditionally the way the books had actually expressed the flow of things happening, right, and really getting those things across. I know that's a tough thing to do quite often because there's a lot more details that are able to be put into text than there is time for quite often in movies, right? But to an extent, I think we're seeing some remakes that are coming along that do a better job than what the originals did. Not always, for sure. And traditionally, I would agree with you. Um, I think traditionally, what has been shown in the movie industry is that remakes are not as good as the originals. But I think that we're seeing a bit of a change in that regard. Um, but if you're speaking about like music as far as remakes, I also, and look, I mean, all of this is going to have an amount of respective personal preference from one individual to another, right? Um, and I can't think of any kind of example off the top of my head as far as music goes, but I I I tend to agree with you, especially on the music side of things. It's very hard for me to especially music that I am very passionate about, like songs that I love, you know, hearing them be redone doesn't usually sit very well with me, you know? Um, I'll say that, like, have you ever heard Gary Jules? I think it was Gary Jules' rendition of Mad World. Yeah. Um, so who originally did Mad World? It was Tears for Fears. There you go. Tears for Fears, right? Right. Well, yeah, and I mean, I think that's another thing, right? A lot of it is the differences with what kind of music, like we grew up with and things like that, right? Because dude, I cannot stand most, and I love most forms of music. I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan of country music, but like I cannot stand most of today's rap music. It's terrible, in my opinion. Um, but like I always really liked Mad World by Tears for Fears. I thought it was a good song. And this is just something that came up in my head. But uh, Gary Jules redid Mad World in like, what, 2006, something like that. And so we're talking 24 years later, something like that. And it was done very, very well. So I think it depends. I think it depends. But the original was great. The remake was very good, and there have been a lot of people that have redone a lot of songs, and they're like, I'm a huge David Bowie fan. There's nobody that's going to be able to redo a David Bowie fan the way David Bowie sang a song. You know what I mean? They're not going to be able to do it. Same thing for me, like Nirvana. I'm a huge Nirvana fan. I've heard so many people try to do renditions of uh, you know so many Nirvana songs. Now, funny enough, I bring that up. The reason I became a Bowie fan was because, Nirvana did a cover of "The Man Who Sold the World," which is a David Bowie song, and I didn't know it was a David Bowie song. They did it on MTV Live. That's how I became a David Bowie fan. I didn't even mean to run into that right there, but it just kind of happened. So, most of the time, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Most of the time, a song cannot be done better than the original, but it happens, and it just varies respectively from person to person. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the person being able to sing without any kind of influence, kind of technology and stuff too, makes a difference. I definitely agree. Yep. Let's keep going. We're gonna watch this. Um, Music is a lot of things, but I believe that it is something that is currently underutilized. A tool that can be better harnessed in games more so now than ever. Music industry is ever more open to the use of music, and artists are largely very keen to work in the sector. It's still a very complex landscape of rights that can be difficult to traverse, but the rewards are there for those that make the effort. Here are 7 key things that can be done to improve the way games companies work with music. I'm not reading through all. I'm going to read all the titles here, and then I'll throw it in chat so everybody can take a look. We're getting kind of long already on the news segment. Start at the beginning. Evolve from subjective to objective approach to music. Find a good fit. Do authentic testing on music. Don't scrimp on the music budget. Go beyond the score. And consider hiring an independent expert. We talk quite often about, all the different forms of art that come together to make a really great video game. Music is absolutely one of them. I'm not going to read all this because we're already getting very long today in the news segment. So take a look at that, okay? It's probably a very good article. That's fine. We're going to skim this real quick. 5 video games where architecture creates a lifelike and immersive experience. Oh, yeah. 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 I mean, I hear you, man. Yeah. And I mean, again, I think part of that just depends on because what's funny about the way we feel about it. Yeah. Well, and you know, just because I don't dig country music doesn't mean I don't respect it. You know, and growing up, there was a whole bunch of like Garth Brooks, man. Garth Brooks. I respect the crap out of what he did for country music genre. I mean, you can't deny it. It's just the same thing for me in video games. Like there are definitely some video games that I don't really care to play, like Fortnite. It's just not my jam. But I respect the game for what it is. It doesn't mean I hate it just because I don't want to play it. It doesn't mean like I'm going to be like downing country music just because I don't care for it. I don't listen to it. You know what I mean? I respect it. I respect it as the art form it is. And, you know, I think where the big difference comes in is from generation to generation, right? Like the difference being like a lot of times newer generations, unless like we are introducing our children to the originals, right? Then what happens is the songs get remade and they're still good songs. To us they're not near as good as they were originally, but they're still good songs. That's why they're remade. And the newer generations, they get exposed to these songs initially as the remakes, right? So they fall in love with these songs as a remake. Then they hear the original and they might not like the original as much because they came to know the remake as the original to them. Does that make sense? Um, Whereas to us, nothing will ever come close to what the original actually is. You know what I mean? 5 video games where architecture creates a lifelike and immersive experience. We're gonna just skim this real quick. Panoramic maps, playful diagrams, and layered illustrations feature in Video Game Atlas, a book by research studio U plus P that highlights the use of architecture in video games. Video Game Atlas, which was released in a special edition on volume, provides detailed and playful insights into the virtual environments through the style of drawings typically found in 20th century architecture publications. The book breaks down the worlds of video games, including Assassin's Creed, Unity Cities Skylines, Dark Souls, Death Stranding, Dwarf Fortress, Final Fantasy VII Remake, plus Remake, Fortnite, Katamari Damacy, I always forget how that's pronounced, and Minecraft. This is the game about the big ball that rolls around and collects stuff. Highly illogical. Well, I mean, I don't think it is illogical, really. I mean, it's tough to grasp that concept even for me, but I mean it does make sense, right? It does make sense, and it's hard to grasp that concept of anybody taking certain, you know, a lot of originals music wise and seeing anything being redone with them as being better than what the original was. I'm in that same boat, but it's going to happen, man. It just is. And I find it hard to believe that too, but it just is. It's like, you know, and now I'm thinking of like a song like Simple Man, Yeah, I love that song. I love the song Simple Man. And there have been multiple attempts at trying to remake Simple Man, and they just didn't come close, in my opinion, you know? I don't know. And there are some people that probably thought the remake was better, as hard as that is to say. Everybody has a respective opinion, and that's us being human. You know what I mean? We have different preferences. It just is what it is. But I think you and I align very closely in this respect, Nightmaker, for sure. But that was a good quote there by Spock. Oh, dude. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I hear Final Fantasy VII original music in my head all the time. The book aims to analyze the worlds of video games in the same way we would look at cities and environments in the physical world as places that hold deep meaning for their inhabitants. U plus P founders Sandra Yukana and Luke Casper Pearson told D-Zine, we wanted to understand not only how games might take inspiration from real places and shape them in new ways, but also how player communities have invented their own ways of seeing and interacting with these worlds, the pair added. So those are the games. I'm going to put this in chat so you guys can take a look. But the games that are within the book, this is really, really neat. Again, the games that are within the book that they take a look at the architecture: Assassin's Creed Unity, City Skylines. Okay, quick. Dark Souls, Death Stranding, Dwarf Fortress, Final Fantasy VII and remake, Fortnite, Katamari Damacy, and Minecraft. Pretty wild, man. This is really cool. Like, you can see what they're doing, like breaking down the architecture and stuff within these, yeah. Oh, this is like got Stardew Valley, Persona 5. There's the Dark Souls stuff, City Skylines. This is really neat, guys. This is really cool. If you want a longer, more in-depth look, there it is in chat, okay? That's pretty neat. Video game industry legend Hideo Kojima joins SS Rajamouli's Triple R hype train. Legendary Japanese video game designer Hideo Kojima who is known for his work on games in the Metal Gear series and Death Stranding, has called filmmaker SS Rajamouli's Triple R a must-watch. Just saying, guys, sorry. All right. Triple R opened in March to critical acclaim at the box office. The film has been on a roll ever since, performing well not only domestically but also internationally. Triple R fictionalizes the story of two Indian freedom fighters from the early 20th century. Alluri Sitarama, played by Ram Charan, and Kumaram Beam, played by Junior NTR? Film has collected more than R's 1,000 crore at the global box office after it was made available on Netflix in May, has received further reach and international acclaim. Okay, so this is basically just saying that Kojima really liked the movie and is promoting it, saying that people should watch it. Cool. Again, we're going pretty long in the. I wasn't sure if this was going to have anything to do. There's more about it if you want to take a look. We're again getting kind of long in the news segment already. We've got a lot to get to still, and this is not necessarily news for video games. So there it is, though. Sony poised to reveal perfect 4 PS5 gaming monitors. As the synergy between Sony subsidiaries look set to increase, the Japanese giant is plotting a new line of consumer electronics under the InZone brand name. This, according to the journalist Tom Henderson, will initially span 3 new headsets and 2 gaming monitors, the former of which has already started to leak. And the monitors that piqued our attention first and foremost, it has been several years since the company launched the PlayStation 3D display, which it marketed in conjunction with its company-wide stereoscopic push. The panels, which the firm will allegedly pitch as perfect, quote, for PS5, will come in 4K and 1080p variations and will have some unique features. In addition to the low latency you'd expect from a gaming monitor, they'll also apparently include gaming assist features such as frames per second ticker, HDR tone mapping, and an auto genre picture mode. We're assuming the latter will automatically toggle between different settings depending on what you're playing. Assuming you enable the feature, of course. There will also be some form of brightness equalizer, which will allegedly help with your visibility in dark areas, and you'll be able to track your playtime if you want to. All of these features sound quite disposable to us, but they're bullet points that we suppose will help the organization market them alongside its console. Not just monitors, though. As mentioned, the firm is also bringing out a trio of headsets under the InZone umbrella. These have already leaked and all follow the same design philosophy. The InZone H3 is said to be a cheap wired headset with 360-degree spatial sound, followed by the InZone H7, which is wireless, while the InZone H9 is the premium choice with noise canceling. All of the items are set to be announced next week, with rumors of a premium pro-grade DualSense also swirling. What? Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to read that. With Sony now offering a direct point-of-sale storefront through its PlayStation Direct website. It'll be interesting to see whether its output. Excuse me. Let me start that sentence over because I can't read. It will be interesting to see whether it ups its output of peripherals and accessories. In the previous generation, it outsourced to manufacturers like Nikon, but it always felt like a mistake not to bring more of these types of items in-house, especially when you take into account the company's robust electronics department. For sure. Absolutely. Okay, cool. Rumor, Sony to announce a premium Pro controller for PS5. Sony will allegedly respond to fan demand and announce a premium quality Pro version of the DualSense controller for the PS5, potentially later this month. The pad, codenamed Hunt, has been revealed by journalist Tom Henderson again, who has a relatively sturdy track record when it comes to industry insider matters. He claims the device will feature removable analog sticks, trigger stops, and rear button paddles, like the short-lived back button attachment for the DualShock 4. It'll probably have a lot of similar features to what the Pro controller for Xbox has, yeah? According to Henderson, who claims to have seen prototype pictures of the pad, the unit retains the same iconic look and shape of the existing DualSense controller, but has buttons beneath the analog sticks, which are used to release them so they can be interchanged. There are also grips around the unit, which, again, can purportedly be removed. The stops on the triggers will allow you to shorten the length of travel, which gamers argue helps with reaction times in shooters. It's unclear how these will work in conjunction with the DualSense's existing adaptive triggers, but time will tell on that front. It's also unclear whether the controller will work on PS4 or PC, but we expect it would. It's possible the pad would be announced as early as this month, with Henderson hinting that Sony has a number of smaller non-console hardware announcements planned for June, although he failed to elaborate on what else those could entail. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see. Cool, man. I want to try a DualSense controller. The thing is, the DualSense controller is already super expensive. The DualSense controllers are still 60 to $70. So the Pro controller is going to be double that, probably something like that. 1.5 times that, probably somewhere around there. Yep, this is what we just read about. So here's some pictures of the new peripherals coming out of the headsets. It's pretty slick. Pretty slick. Here you go. If you want to take a look at these, there you go. This is what we just read about. Scams in GameFi. How to identify toxic NFT gaming projects. While NFTs could change the gaming economy, some blockchain based projects can be less than honest. Some, right now, it's like most. It's a long article, guys. How to spot a scam game. NFT scam games are often large scale and premeditated. Most investors in such projects are not experts but beginners, and scammers take advantage of and lure inexperienced users with the help of advertisements and beautiful sites. Users should therefore pay close attention to several details explained below. Project's team, reviews on professional platforms, projects on social networks, smart contract, future income of the project, network marketing. So, look, man, I mean, again, we're going a bit long for the news segment today. We still got 5 more articles to get to today, so I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I do implore you to take a look at this. Um, I I'm always trying to advocate for people to educate yourselves on anything that you're planning on jumping into technology wise, whether it be some kind of potential cryptocurrency or an NFT type blockchain crypto software venture or even building a PC. Well, educate yourselves, man. That's the best thing you can do. Don't just jump in with both feet and without doing your due diligence on educating yourself and protecting your investment. Okay. Um, my advice right now regarding anything, you know, crypto in the I just linked this so you can take a better look. My advice right now in the gaming industry is that anything that has to do with games based on a cryptocurrency economy, dealing with NFTs and blockchain, I would just steer clear. I can't really say anything else but to just steer clear of it, man. There's just so much scummy stuff going on, and not that every single one of them are, but there's just been so many people that have lost so much money because of the amount of scamming that is going on within the realm of this in gaming right now, and if you are at the very least, if you are planning on, if you found something that seems interesting and you're planning on diving in and spending some money on it or whatever, research it to the greatest extent possible and just protect your investment, potential investment, protect yourself. um, Hopefully this article will help a little bit. I just put it in chat. We've talked about this kind of stuff a lot. I don't think that NFTs are totally. Yo, Fat Pat, what's up, buddy? I don't think that NFTs and blockchain and everything within the gaming industry is totally a bad thing. It's just the way it's being incorporated right now. It's being incorporated in just a very one sided, money hungry, scummy type of way for it to be incorporated in our games and technology, right? That's what it is. Until it's actually being done in a way that is mutually beneficial for both us as gamers and as for the developers, I would just avoid it. Just avoid it. Just protect yourselves, okay? But in the event you're interested, I just linked it in chat. Take a look. Just protect yourselves, okay? Call of Duty Warzone Season 4. How you doing, Fat Pat? It's good to see you, buddy. Call of Duty Warzone Season 4 release time explained. Activision has detailed everything you need to know about the COD Warzone Season 4 release time and given us a peep at the Season 4 roadmap, giving you plenty to get cracking on with. The next season of Warzone content unlocks on June 22nd, tomorrow, bringing a new map called Fortune's Keep and the Resurgence Battle Royale mode. The Caldera map is also getting updated with the return of Storage Town and the addition of micro points of interest. You've also got other modes like Golden Plunder, Rebirth of the Dead, and Titanium Trial Endurance, alongside fresh features like armored SUVs, portable redeploys, ATMs, and the EMP grenade. The release time. So 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. That would be 11 Central CST. So 11 hour time for the stream time. 5 p.m. BST on tomorrow. Okay? If you're a classic COD multiplayer fan, Vanguard Season 4 unlocks simultaneously. Activision explains in a blog that the Vanguard patch will be available for download on June 21st, today at those same times, okay, that we just read above. The Warzone update, meanwhile, will be available to download at the Season 4 start time detailed above. Yeah. The developer has also shared a glimpse of the Call of Duty Warzone Season 4 roadmap. You'll be able to play Resurgence's quad modes on Rebirth Island map from June 30th onwards, while solos, duos, trios, and 12-on-12 payload joins the fray on July 21st. There you go for all you COD fans. All right. There's your details. If you're interested, you need to take another look at that. I'll throw it in chat real quick, okay? There you go. Tony Hawk says plans for more Pro Skater remasters were canceled by Activision. That feels bad, man. I love the Tony Hawk games. Even though I didn't even grab the remaster yet, I probably will. I loved the Tony Hawk games. I played so much Tony Hawk back in the day. In 2020, Activision and Vicarious Visions aren't they the same ones that did the remake of or Diablo Resurrected? I'm pretty sure, which makes sense. Activision, right? Activision Blizzard, Vicarious Visions, working on multiple things for them. Released Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, a remastered. Excuse me. I'll take a drink. Released Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, a remaster of the first two games in the series. Many fans were hoping that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 might receive a similar treatment, and it seems that was the plan at one point. During an appearance on a Twitch stream with Andy THPS, Tony Hawk himself, I got his autograph back in the day. It was awesome. He's a really cool dude. I got his autograph at an Extreme Games exhibition on a shirt. I still have the shirt too. I was really young. It was really cool meeting him. Himself confirms that plans for additional remakes were shelved after Vicarious Visions merged with Blizzard Entertainment. According to Hawk, Activision did listen to pitches from other studios, but they didn't like anything they heard, and that was it. A clip from Hawk's appearance was shared on Twitter by @Okami13_ and can be found in the tweet embedded below. The merging of Vicarious Visions with Blizzard Entertainment was a source of frustration for a lot of Activision fans. In addition to the team's work on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, Vicarious Visions was also responsible for Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and another well-received remaster. Following the merger, the developer is now focused exclusively on providing support for games like World of Warcraft and Overwatch. It's possible we could see a new Tony Hawk game from a different developer at some point in the future, but these new comments from Tony Hawk made it seem like that won't be happening for quite some time. Feels bad, man. Dude, I'm so ready for Microsoft to just buy Activision Blizzard. Of course, all that could change after Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard. While the publisher has shifted much of its focus to major properties like Call of Duty, Xbox boss Phil Spencer has already made it known that he would like to bring back some of Activision's dormant franchises. Publisher owns a number of different games that are overdue for a return, and the Tony Hawk series has a proven track record. Seems like the perfect candidate for a new video game. For now, fans will just have to wait and see how things play out. Yeah, all right. Well, the more you know, man. We'll see how that continues to play out, especially after the finalizing of Microsoft, which does look like it's actually going to happen. Microsoft purchasing Activision Blizzard, yeah. Oculus VR games are up to 40% off through June 26th, including big titles like RE4, Vader, Immortal, Superhot VR, and more. Meta. I don't even like saying their name, man. Again, I'm really thinking about doing a bit of a segment here pretty soon regarding why I have such an issue with Meta. It's Facebook. Okay, this company, I do not like it. I don't support them. I encourage people to do what they can to try to pull themselves off of that platform, Facebook, and to not support Facebook, Meta, whatever you, fluffy kitty, unicorn throw up. Call them whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? That change their name. It doesn't change who they are. But I'm considering doing a bit of a special segment regarding why I have an issue with this corporation and why I don't want to support them. Nonetheless, they do produce a quality VR headset, which a lot of gamers have. And so I'm going to show these kinds of deals for you, okay? Meta has kicked off a summer sale on Quest VR games. There are over 60 titles on sale. It might be a good time to stock up on games for a Quest 2 headset, especially if you've been holding out on some popular ones like RE4, Vader Immortal, or Superhot VR. While Meta has been testing out all kinds of new VR and mixed reality headsets, Quest 2 remains the de facto VR headset for gaming outside of Steam and PlayStation, and the only viable standalone option on the market. Today's sale is discounting some individual games and bundles by as much as 40% off, though sadly RE4 is only discounted by 10%, knocking its price down to $36 US from its usual $39 or $40 US. Not much, but it's still the best discount available on the classic VR reimagining of the Capcom classic, tiding you over before the new remake comes out in 2023. Yeah, baby. Bigger discounts can be found on Vader Immortal, which has a bundle of all 3 episodes for $21 US. The Room VR, A Dark Matter, which is also down to $21 US. There are a bunch more games on sale, and you have plenty of time to peruse them all as the sale runs until midnight on June 26th. Okay? Here you go. I'll throw this in chat if you're interested. Alrighty. There you go. Take a look. If you need some Oculus VR games, there you go. Thousands of PC parts go up for auction from the defunct Artesian builds. Again, we hit on this whenever we pulled this article up months ago. A big to-do was happening with the fact that what was considered a smaller streamer, we'll probably come across it. Artesian Builds was a PC builder that streamed their builds. They did giveaways for builds. A smaller streamer, they had like prerequisites for being in the running for these, giveaways and things. A smaller, what was considered a smaller streamer, won one of these builds and ended up getting blasted live on stream by Artesian. Basically saying that they weren't big enough. Yeah, Fat Pat, you remember this? Check this out. They never recovered, right? I didn't expect them to. But never recovered, and now all of their parts, they're in their warehouse and everything, is going on auction. Yeah. So basically what happened was they got blasted. They were trying to, basically they didn't give this streamer that won the giveaway, they didn't give this streamer a PC like they should have. Oh, you follow? Right on. Yeah, cool, man. Cool. Yeah. And they roasted the streamer online, like Fat Pat just said in chat. And they suffered severe repercussions from it. Like everybody that was like kind of backing this Artesian builds pulled out. Everybody was lifting up this streamer, saying all these other builds were coming through saying, hey, we'll give you a PC. You know what I mean? And ultimately, it ended up being very good for the streamer. Got them a lot of content and, showed that this was a scummy, Artesian was very scummy, and got the streamer, deservedly so, a lot of publicity and content from it, and it sucked initially for that streamer, but overall this ended up in a good way as far as I'm concerned. But check this out. The company's swift bankruptcy proceedings, I mean, they never recovered. They got absolutely blown out of the water. Like, they were done very, very quickly. Proceedings will see it sell 2 massive lots of PC parts to pay off debt. Look at this. Feels bad, dude. I mean, doesn't feel bad, but I mean, why do people have to be like that? You know what I mean? That's what feels bad. People just being crapheads. Leftover PC inventory from recently bankrupt PC builder Artesian Builds will be sold at auction tomorrow, including large quantities. When was this written? This is happening today, I think, guys. Including large quantities of motherboards, RAM kits, fans, partially built PCs, coolers, CPUs, even a number of graphics cards. 2 lots of PC parts from the company's California and North Carolina sites will be sold to the highest bidder via Zoom. Each lot will be sold as a combined purchase with new bids having to be made in $5,000 increments or more. That means your average PC builder is likely priced out of the affair. Other PC building companies may well be interested in the haul. However, as the 2 lots include pretty much everything they would require to build a lot of machines, such as 43 partially built PCs, 413 cases, 360 CPUs, 359 PSUs, 219 RAM kits, 283 coolers, 167 solid-state drives plus hard disk drives, 59 graphics cards, and 346 motherboards. Dude, that's a lot of parts. I'll build all this. There's also office equipment and miscellaneous tools included in the cells, which at one time would have served Artesian Builds roughly 50 employees. This equipment can be seen in the various images of the company's 2 locations, included in the legal notice of the sale, most of which appears to have been left as it was during the company's final days of operation. What feels bad is that there are probably a lot of really good people that were employees of this company that are suffering the consequences of basically not having a job anymore because of what a couple of people did, right? Artesian Builds is said to have held onto around $917,000 worth of inventory at the time of its closure, so you'd expect large sums of money to exchange hands at the auction for the leftover goods. Though it's not only inventory that has remained in stasis since the company shuttered, many customer orders are said to have been left outstanding. I've heard about this. By its sudden closure. On its final balance sheet filed in California as part of bankruptcy proceedings, the company is listed to have an estimated $1.37 million in unfulfilled orders. An ex-employee told us at the time that there are at least hundreds of outstanding gaming PC orders. Some customers also reported that they were having little luck in remunerations from the company, including one customer whose son had ordered a $5,100 PC in December of last year. They ended up filing a dispute with their credit card company and buying a PC elsewhere. Yo, Overthinker, what's up, buddy? As reportedly, so did other customers in the Artesian Builds Discord server. How are you, man? Look at all this, dude. That's literally like... Yeah. Yeah, I saw it, yeah. Yep. I mean, that's the hard thing. And yeah, I mean, I know you asterisks that there, but it's a matter of the words just not being in chat. So that's why it's not allowed, Fat Pat. But yeah, I hear you, dude. I saw it too. And that's the hard thing, right? Is it's hard to stand up for what you know is right. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Well, so I've had to address this here recently. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to address in specifics to an extent. I mean, like I just created a bit of a better idea for people to have an idea of what I expect in chat in the community and why I expect it, right? any variations of just certain profanity and vulgarity just doesn't need to be used, even if it's not, abbreviated or what have you. That just, it's still trying to use the same context of word and thing, you know what I mean? So that's why. And it's not because I have any kind of agenda against certain. It's about trying to maintain a safer work environment and trying to avoid toxicity. I think that the more vulgarity and profanity that's used within chat can result in leaning more towards a toxic environment, and I want to avoid that. So making as many people as possible feel comfortable and welcome in the community is what it's about. And so that's why, to a certain extent, certain words just aren't allowed. That's it. And I updated the About page to really try to. There's a whole segment in the rules. I need to update the chat rules as well. I forgot to do that, but I've been working on trying to be more detailed and elaborate about what this is about and why the channel and chat is set this way. So I don't get bent about it. I just need people to understand why it is the way it is for me and this community. One person I'm on for bought a PC from Artesian, and he has been waiting for months. Oh yeah. I mean, I've heard all kinds of stuff from people. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us did. A lot of us followed it in real time, for sure, Overthinker. Yeah. And Fat Pat, don't even, it's not a big deal, man. It's not a big deal. Again, I don't get bent about it or anything like that. Normally, like when stuff shows up, I just address what people said, don't allow, or if it gets through chat, I just remove it, and I don't really say much about it. You know what I mean? But it's come up here recently where apparently I needed to be a bit more detailed in what was okay and what was not okay in the community for what I wanted chat to be and for us being safe for work and so I'm trying to be a bit more detailed and having people understand what is cool and what is not cool and why it is that way and that's it, man. That's it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people followed this. It was pretty big news. In photographs of the two lots, you can see baskets of PC parts that were awaiting being built at the time when Artesian builds closed for good. There are even half-built PCs with labels attached denoting how close they were to being finished. A third lot is also headed to auction. Though this isn't further PC parts, this lot covers the Artesian build's name, domain, customer list, influencer list, registered trademarks, and an account in its name. In theory, this could see another company take up Artesian build's name and restart operations, but due to the possible negative connotations with the defunct brand, I don't suspect this will happen. Yo, random mode time. Let's go, guys. Try to get you a free emote or a free sub. I mean, I keep saying that. Dude, I've seen that one pop up a lot. Yeah, but a lot of people felt that way. Yo, let's go, Guile, dude. Family man. I love it, dude. I love it. Everybody try to you're looking for that holiday cookie. Nice, Fat Pat. Nice, dude. Yeah, a lot of people felt that way because it was a struggle. It was a struggle. People trying to either get their product or get their money back. Yeah, it's been going on for a long time. A third lot is also headed to auction. Those isn't further PC parts. This lot covers the Artesian build's name, domain, customer list, influencer list, registered trademarks, and an account in its name. In theory, this could see another company take up the Artesian build's name and restart operations. But due to the possible negative connotations with the defunct brand, I don't suspect this will happen. No, me either. More likely, a company will find a use for the contacts included in Lot 3, which covered details of customers from the previous 3 years and many influencers. This info largely includes email addresses, but some mailing list addresses are noted. Oh, that sucks for those people that don't want that info put out there. Oh, you thought your data was deleted once the company goes under? Nope. See? Customer information will be subject to requirement of appointment and review by a consumer privacy ombudsman. That means whoever buys it may have to jump through some hoops to actually use this data in any meaningful way, though it would appear the influencer data is fair game. These recent lots are an attempt by Artesian Build's creditors to reclaim some of their lost money from the defunct business. These debts are paid in an order of importance from secured creditors to unsecured creditors. Employees at the time of the company closure may end up as preferential creditors, which fall somewhere in the middle of the stack, meaning they receive their outstanding dues after secured creditors are paid off. Customers may be able to register as unsecured creditors, which is at the very bottom of the order for reimbursement. If a company can't afford to pay off its debts with its assets and inventory to its secured creditors, such as banks, there may be no money left for customers to receive any compensation for what they put it. For what they put it? I don't think that was stated correctly. Sadly, then, it's not clear yet what the outcome will be for any customers still waiting money from Artesian Build's bankruptcy proceedings. Dude, what a mess. What a hot mess, man. That's crazy. Okay, here we go. This is the last, it's a long news segment today. This is the last article I have up for the day, okay? If anybody has anything else that you want to bring up that we haven't hit on today or recently that you think is appropriate for us to address as far as video gaming news, please let me know in chat, and we'll discuss it before we end, okay? I mean, we've had a lot of stuff here recently with all the gaming news and everything. It happens. It happens. And the more people that are here, the more this is what I want people to understand. The news segments can vary from 30 minutes to like 3 hours. As far as I'm concerned, that's okay. And the more people that are here, the more articles we come across contribute to time. Right now is a time of the year where there's a ton of video gaming news, right? Just a second, Fat Pat. Just a second. I'll address that. There's a ton of video gaming news because of all the showcases and everything, right? So there's been a lot of video gaming news on the constant. So that's contributing to some longer news segments right now. At the same time, the more people that, as our community grows, the more people are becoming part of the news segment, right? And the more people that are here and are engaging in the news segment, the more discussion we get going, the longer it draws out the news segment, which is good as far as I'm concerned. I want people to be engaging in these topics. I want discussion, and I enjoy talking about it with you guys.
That one was on
Yo,
me.
Cash, what's up, buddy? And so, yeah, sometimes they're going to be a bit longer. Sometimes they're shorter. We just had a 30-minute one on like Sunday, right? We had a 30-minute news segment on Sunday. It was really short. And today we've got a longer one. It's going to vary, okay? But the news is very important to me. I think it's very important to a lot of other people in the community. And I love staying current on stuff, and I love really fleshing out a lot of these topics that we come across with you guys as part of this community, okay? So I know not everybody is real thrilled with the news segments being long sometimes, but please try to understand that it's important to me. It's important to other people that are really passionate about the gaming industry, and it's going to vary. It's going to vary. It's Wig's fault for sure. Talked about or heard about the G Fuel thing. They are a huge sponsor for especially streamers and esports stuff and everything. And I haven't heard necessarily, I think, what you might be referencing there. What can you elaborate a bit, Fat Pat, while I go over this? Cash, how you been, buddy? Yeah, let me start talking about this, and Fat Pat, let me know what you're talking about specifically, man, and I'll see if I know what you're talking about. I don't think I do, though. Emergent Games launches prologue game for Resurgence and invite-only drop of Gen Zero Cryotag NFT. Dude, I'm so tired of hearing about NFTs right now. Today, the new Web3 gaming studio Emergent Games announces the launch of an alternate reality game, The End, on 29th of June. It is the first installment of a range of planned digital and immersive activities leading to the launch of its first Web3 AAA massively multiplayer online game, Resurgence. The End is the first part of the game's world building phase, an interactive story living experience that introduces the setting, key characters, and politics that build the game's intriguing story. Huh. As the genesis event of Resurgence, the prologue leverages digital channels, including websites and social media platforms, to create a powerful narrative. The End immerses players from the beginning of the Resurgence lore, allowing them to become part of the story. Players sign up through an email portal and are invited onto digital platforms to investigate mysteries, share information, and earn rewards that have real value in the Resurgence world. Emergent Games will also be launching a range of 1,000 limited edition Resurgent Cryotag NFTs offered exclusively via an invite only free mint. A limited number of cryotags will also be available through playing The End. Players need to register for the Resurgence newsletter to enter the competition. The End will be followed by key Resurgence world building game drops, including a mobile app and a single player game before the MMO phase of Resurgence in 2024. Emergent Games formed earlier this year with a promise to attract 2.7 billion gamers through a game first motto underpinned by a free to play and choose your own ecosystem, is a joint venture between London based digital entertainment studio Maze Theory and crypto technology and operations business Pluto Digital, who invested $7.6 million as part of the deal. This partnership combines blockchain expertise and immersive gaming prowess to form a business at the forefront of the new decentralized gaming sector and launch the first AAA Web3 game. The game studio comprises a team of exceptional the game studio comprises a team of exceptional digital creatives with an illustrious collective game history, which includes Wonderbook, The London Heist, Peaky Blinders, The King's Ransom, Doctor Who, The Lonely Assassins, Nightmare, FIFA, House of the Dead, Blood and Truth, Gran Turismo, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Ian Hambleton, CEO of Emergent Games, says the End, ironically, marks an exciting first step in building the world of Resurgence. We are genuinely making something new with an incredible AAA game that also offers an optional NFT element. For both gamers and crypto enthusiasts, it's truly compelling. He adds, bringing players in now helps immerse them in the lore and the dramatic build up to the post apocalyptic world we'll see with Resurgence. Plus, they get the chance to win first gen NFTs that will prove invaluable further down the line. Yeah, I'll throw this in chat, man, if you're interested. Look, again, man, I think that actually just had to do with both shows and video games. Is there a Peaky Blinders game? Where was that? What is this? Good. There is, dude. The King's Ransom VR. The first virtual reality game inspired by the epic gangster drama. It's a VR game, dude, on PS4. I had no idea, dude. The more you know. Wild. That's crazy, man. I had no idea. Oh, wait. King's Ransom. Yeah, that's wild, dude. I had no idea. Crazy, man. The more you know. Cash. Okay, let me see what's going on in chat. Look, did I throw that? Yeah, I threw this in chat, right? Again, guys, just do me a favor, okay? And I can't stress enough the how strongly I feel about everybody being as safe as possible when it comes to these crypto based Web3 NFT blockchain type games that you're getting yourselves into potentially. Um, do your research. I mean, you do you. You know what I mean? All I can do is just kind of stress how I feel about the situation right now, and trying to make sure that you guys stay as safe as possible in regards to a lot of this, because right now it just most of it seems very scummy, man. And I just want everybody to stay as safe as possible. Okay, so if you're planning on dabbling in this Web3, blockchain, NFT, all this stuff that's really trending right now in the gaming industry, protect yourself. Do do yourself a favor. Educate yourself to a good extent on whatever you're planning on diving into, and protect yourself. Okay. Let's see what we got here in chat real quick. In a meeting, yo, DeVeo, what's up, my friend? Queen. Hey, all good. I'm asleep right now too. You just can't tell. Queen, good to see you. Devea, good to see you, my friend. Fat Pat. In a meeting with CEO, and we're talking about the CEO of G Fuel, was making questionable comments that partner managers asked questions about, and he fired them. Oh, are you serious? 6 in total were dropped. What? Then a partner streamer asked what's going to happen since his managers were fired during a G Fuel live stream. They banned him from the stream. What? Cash. Dude, Fat Pat, I had no idea, dude. I had no idea. Hold on. Hold on. Does this have some? No, this is back in 2020. When was this, dude? May 21st. Where's one day ago? Here, let me see this one. This is what you're talking about. This is what you're talking about, right? Is this it? Cash, that's hilarious, dude. Yeah. I haven't watched like a ton of Peaky Blinders, but I've gotten through like the first season and a half, but it's been a while. Yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah, I still don't get why people buy NFTs. Maybe just a rich person. Well, again, I mean, my thing is, man, I can see how NFTs can be a. They could actually be incorporated in a way that would make them a really nice thing for gamers if they're incorporated in a way where it's not just like a digital piece of art or whatever. It's actually an in-game item, right? An NFT could be like a unique in-game item with like a unique serial number or whatever, right? And while it's a digital item you own, it can be used across different universes, like a car, for instance, right? It could be used in Gran Turismo. It could be used in Grand Theft Auto. It could, you know what I mean? That's what needs to be done with this NFT stuff, or a weapon, right? A weapon that could be used in Call of Duty. That could also be used in Grand Theft Auto. It could also be used in whatever Cyberpunk. You know what I mean? Like. Or a weapon skin for that matter, whatever, you know what I mean. But the thing it's going to take is a lot of these gaming universes coming together, and we're a long ways away from that. And right now, it's just all the NFT blockchains. It's just a schmaz as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? Um, G Fuel controversy. G Fuel has been chastised for allegedly dismissing employees without cause. How would you like to, this is what, like, you know what I mean? Be the face of the article. Be the face of the article when it's talking about stuff like this. Uh, Gamma Labs, situated in West Babylon, New York, sells G Fuel energy formula, a caffeinated drink combination, touted as a gaming supplement that supposedly improves focus and reaction time. because the product is sugar-free. Gamma Lab says it does not create the sugar crash that other canned energy drinks do. G Fuel was first marketed as caffeinated powder that can be dissolved in water. It's now added a non-caffeinated powder, carbonated version in a can, powdered hydration formula, and a Pop Rock-like version in a tube to its line of product. Pop Rocks, dude. You guys remember Pop Rocks? Holy crap. Sudden firings and the alleged usage of derogatory terms by executives of G Fuel have sparked controversy. Again, the product itself doesn't necessarily have anything to do with gaming per se, outside of the fact that it is promoted as something that it helps improve focus for gamers, right? But it is a very, very highly promoted. So they sponsor all kinds of esports individuals, streamers, things like that. Oh, it's on Steam too? Yo, Cash, thanks, dude. The more you know. So it definitely has something, it definitely relates to our gaming industry for sure. G Fuel, the caffeinated drink mix whose tubs, and Fat Pat, thanks for bringing this up, man. I had no idea. G Fuel, the caffeinated drink mix whose tubs have graced the settings of a litany of popular YouTube and Twitch personalities over the years, from PewDiePie to Ninja and XQC, is facing a social media backlash. A succession of recent firings, which saw 7 partner talent managers let go, and allegedly derogatory statements made by company managements to said employees, are the factors fueling a wave of bad reaction against G Fuel from both streamers and their viewers. As a result of these allegations, numerous broadcasters and other content artists have openly reconsidered their collaborations with G Fuel or requested that their arrangements be canceled. G Fuel has been chastised for allegedly dismissing employees without cause. G Fuel has been chastised for reportedly firing employees who reported a higher up. Here we go, man. According to sources, during a team-wide meeting on June 16th, the CEO allegedly made a nasty remark about the members, referring to them as lazy mothers. The 7 G Fuel employees were fired effective immediately, less than 24 hours after reporting the executive's unprofessional and disparaging remarks to the HR department. They were told it was part of the company's restructuring plans. According to reports, the firm is also prohibiting affiliated producers from demanding clarification or additional details about the drama. On Twitter, Twitch streamer Valonius tweeted, "So G Fuel just banned me from their Twitch chat because I questioned what we partners are meant to do now that they dismissed our partner managers without warning." The Twitch streamer shared the message that prompted the ban in a separate tweet. See image below. The issue has gone viral on social media, and numerous G Fuel partners have reportedly ended their relationship with the company. Others, on the other hand, have asked the firm to formally respond to the allegations. I love it. They just keep showing Ninja. I strongly urge G Fuel to address these concerns and guarantee that their workplace culture is accepted and fair for all of their employees and partners, said partner A-Drive. Many additional Twitter users have expressed their concerns and discussed in reaction to the charges, citing parallels with the current Artesian Builds incident. Nice. We just talked about that in the news segment. Previously in this news segment. G Fuel is on the verge of achieving Artesian Build status after losing FaZe to Ghost. He now has to deal with this. I believe we are witnessing the beginning of G Fuel's demise. In response to the escalating crisis, a Twitter user wrote, G Fuel has not published any formal announcements as of this writing. However, we will make every effort to keep you informed about this developing subject. Oh, yeah, no. Ninja's going to be fine. Ninja is fine. That is not one of the individuals that's going to be hurt by this. Let's just, let's be real here. Any individual like Ninja, if this kind of situation goes down and they're like, I'm going to be out of money now. Dude, something is very wrong on the back end. They have been hemorrhaging money for a while because something else is wrong that we don't know about. G Fuel CEO Cliff Morgan was apparently the executive responsible for making these comments to employees, according to a tweet from Pokemon streamer Pokame, real name Joey Cerrone. Did I butcher that? Cerrone, who responded to Morgan tweeting about a company Twitch stream by saying, "I don't care if you revoke my partnership. Treat people like human beings, you a-hole." The said Twitch show, which focused on a G-Fueled variety based on the Sonic character Knuckles, appears to have exacerbated the unfavorable mood towards G Fuel, which users who inquired about the ongoing dispute in his chat allegedly being blocked from posting. Dude. This is, I mean, obviously, I'm like, Z tier streamer at this point and everything, but one of the things I've always said was if I was ever going to take on a sponsorship from anybody, it would have to be products and businesses, corporations that I had done a lot of very thorough um, research on to ensure that they were very closely aligned with my own ethics and morals. Not that you're always going to be able to avoid maybe getting into bed, as it were, with a company like this and having something like this happen, right? But first of all, G Fuel is not necessarily my type of product, so that wouldn't be looking. I wouldn't be looking to promote a product like that, anyways. But I think that until this moment, they would have been clean. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell a lot of times, right? And it's I mean, and kudos to all of those content creators that have gone, I want out. You know what I mean? Like, this is terrible. I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. Instead of looking at it like, I still need that money, because that's what they should be doing, right? That's the right thing to do, is to go, this isn't right. I don't want to be affiliated with you anymore. And it's quite often hard to tell, right? But there's a lot of, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell, right? I mean, again, it's one of those things where, and obviously, any kind of these types of businesses are very good at hiding their skeletons, right? Yeah, but again, I mean, what also, I mean, I think what's important for people to try and look for are well established businesses, right? That have shown a track record of being very open and clear about where they stand on issues that align with who you are as a person, your own ethics and morals, things like that, and that's the best you can do with it, right? That's the best you can do. If that's the way a lot of people don't care. Let's be honest. There are a lot of people that they just see money and they're like, all right, cool, I'm in. Right? It doesn't matter whether you're actually into that kind of product or you have any kind. A lot of people don't have any kind of interest in whether the company itself aligns with their own personal beliefs, morals, ethics, anything like that. Right? It's just a money situation. Me personally, if I got to a point where I was looking to take on, you know, sponsorships and things like that, it would definitely be something for important to me. I would, but not again. It's something that's very hard to avoid a lot too. Yeah, but again, I mean, businesses. Again, I mean, how long do you think, for instance, how long do you think this very terrible kind of culture was going on within Blizzard and Activision? You know what I mean? And before we actually found out about it as the public, right? These companies, they foster a culture of fear within, right? To uh, keep people from letting that kind of information out, right? Yeah, and that's good. That's good, Cash. I mean, that's the only thing I'm getting at, right? Is like for me personally, that's what's very important to me is that if you know if I get to the point where I start having pursuing sponsorships or having potential sponsors reach out to me or what have you, that's what's important to me. Um, with the kind of community that we have here is as being void of toxicity and trying to be wholesome and welcoming and inclusive and things like that. I want to have products and the companies that back those products that align very closely with who I am as a person and who our community is, right? That's all I'm getting across. And not everybody feels that way. Not everybody really cares that much. And you can't always tell. It's very hard sometimes because businesses quite often, especially when they have very toxic culture within, especially very toxic people running those organizations. Bobby Kotick, excuse me. Um, they promote these cultures of fear, and people are very hesitant to speak up because they rely on those jobs, and fortunately, eventually there are people that are willing to step up and risk their livelihood to expose those terrible things that are happening. It feels bad when we find out about it, and again, I am really happy that a lot of these people that are sponsored by G Fuel are kind of stepping up and going, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. That's what they should be doing, in my opinion. And yo, Fat Pat, thanks for bringing this up. I appreciate it, man. I hadn't even heard about this, but not looking good for G Fuel, is it? Not looking good, man. And yeah, I mean, you see G Fuel everywhere on Twitch, right? You see it everywhere. So, um, not looking very good. We are going to good, Cash. How long ago? We have one thing to look at before we get into gaming. But we're going to look at it in between closing out the news section, okay? Which is a Silent Hill remake Unreal Engine 5 gameplay video, okay? This week, when the news came out, word. Good. Good. I'm glad, man. That's great. That's great, man. Good. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad. Because it sounds like a very terrible thing that went on there. It does. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. We'll watch this Silent Hill remake Unreal Engine 5 video. Looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. And then we'll get into our Planescape Torment playthrough, okay? Day 2 of that. So let me just say thank you, as always, to everybody that's part of this community. You guys are amazing. And especially to everybody who was part of the news segment today. I really appreciate, I know it's a long one, but I appreciate staying current and up to date on these, what's going on in the gaming industry and having input and discussion from all of you in regards to these topics we go over. I enjoy it very much. So thank all of you very, very, very much. On that note, if you are not watching this live, if you're checking this out as a VOD on YouTube and you're enjoying the content, then do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button and leave me a comment so we can have a bit of a discussion regarding some of these topics that we went over today in the video gaming news, okay? Also, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with us at 6 o'clock a.m. CST, where we do the video gaming news segments every single day at the beginning of the stream. Other than that, just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow for June 22nd's edition of Video Gaming News. All right?